Real Madrid and Lorenzo Castorre secured their Champions League quarter-final spot after knocking out Manchester City, with the Ballon d'Or winner scoring the only goal of the tie. And who will be our opponent in the quarterfinals? Well, it is no other than Football Club Barcelona. Barcelona and Real Madrid are battling it out in an end-to-end La Liga title race, with both clubs tied on points at the top with only 7 fixtures to go. And now the two best teams in the world will also battle it out on the European stage. It's Lamine Yamal against Lorenzo Castorre Jr. once more. But before any quarterfinals in the Champions League, we have to play against Elche in the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey. Real Madrid are still very much alive in all three major competitions, and the dream of a treble is being talked about amongst the players. And no one wants that treble more than Lorenzo Castorre. An incredible link-up play with Mbappe to open the score, leaving a defender in the mud in the process. Castorre was reaching the absolute pinnacle of his form, and only certified this statement with a brace in the first half. Elche had been one of the shock teams of the season, and Castorre had dismantled them just like that, showing off his class. We got a third goal at the end of the game, and Madrid confirmed their path to the grand finale in the Cartuja Stadium. And who will be waiting for us in the final? FC Barcelona, ladies and gentlemen. Another El Clásico awaiting us this season, this time to decide the winner of the Copa del Rey. It will be our 5th El Clásico of the season, by the way, and I am honestly so excited. Bring it on! The night before the quarterfinal first leg against Barcelona, Madrid's manager, Toni Kroos, and captain, Lorenzo Castorre Jr. sat in front of the press to answer some questions ahead of El Clásico. Kroos expressed how happy he was at the level Madrid had shown this season, and how much of an asset Lorenzo had been for the team. The German coach believes that Real Madrid have a really good shot at winning the treble, sitting tied on points with Barcelona in the league, with a place in the Copa del Rey final and in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. They beat us 1-2 at the Bernabeu in the first leg of La Liga, but we beat them 1-0 at the Camp Nou in the second match. It couldn't be any tighter. But whilst Toni Kroos spoke to the press, Castorre was just looking all around and nodding his head like, sí, lo que dice Tony, in a really funny way. He just wants this to end so he can go home and rest ahead of this clash. He doesn't care about the media, he just wants to rest and be at his very best tomorrow. So the time has finally come for the Champions League quarterfinals against Football Club Barcelona. And now it's time for the biggest clash yet, the first leg at the Santiago Bernabeu. We can't forget that we're playing against the defending champions of not only the league but also the Champions League, so we're playing against the very best of the best. It's crazy that this late into the season both of these teams are still fighting for a treble. We both have just as high chances at this stage right now of winning the treble. We're tied on points in the league with 6 games to go. We are both in the Copa del Rey final, and we're both in the quarterfinals of the Champions League facing each other, so it couldn't be any tighter. We could win all 3, we could lose all 3, we just have to be at our very best. But of course, Lorenzo Castorre doesn't even consider the possibility of getting knocked out of the Champions League at this stage. It's way too early for us. Doesn't matter if we're playing the mighty Barcelona from Lamine Yamal. He wants it all. Holy crap, he almost scored. Oh no. What are we doing? Oh, for God's sake. What are we doing? God, this guy has been washed for 4 years now. start this. Ball on. Let's go. Lorenzo Castorre pointing at Batch. What a nice pass from Vinicius and what a nice shot. And we concede again. We concede again to Lamine Yamal. 2 games at the Bernabeu, 2 goals is scored against us. Golazo. Honestly, it's a golazo. So, losing at the break, it's just not good enough. Single goal from the pass. Oh, there's a space here. Oh, there's a space. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let's go. 2-2. Let's go. 2 goals from Castorre to tie the match once again. This is such an incredible carry job. This is such an incredible carry job. If we win the Champions League, we have to do the statue by name because holy hell. Okay. Hat-trick! Let's go! Oh my, this is a Cristiano Ronaldo-esque performance. Wow, what a comeback, eh? We completely turned this around. What a performance. That is such a good connection. Very good cross. First touch. Hat-trick. This is like one of those Cristiano Ronaldo matches in 2017. We have to be careful not to concede again, because 3 away goals would be catastrophical. Holy crap, we almost scored. Four goals from Castorre! It's a pocket in the Champions League! It's way too easy. It's way too easy. That is a huge lead in the tie. We were losing 1-2 at halftime. We turned it around with 4 goals from Lorenzo Castorre Jr. We have a big advantage ahead of the second leg, but the tie isn't over. We have to keep cooking and keep working. So time for the second leg at Camp Nou. It's very important that we go through because La Liga is not looking very good for us right now after the loss against Sevilla and Barcelona having a much better goal difference. It's going to be very difficult for us to make a comeback with only 5 games to go. So that leaves us no other choice than to bet everything for the Champions League. We're playing at the Camp Nou. We already won here this season in La Liga and now we just have to defend our result to go through to the Champions League semi-finals after Lorenzo Castorre Jr. already scored 4 goals in the first leg. There's Lorenzo Castorre in the tunnel. We know how important this is. La Liga is not looking good for us, so the Champions League is what we have to put all our cards in. There's no other choice. We have to win the 17th UCL this season. It's been a long season. We've been really solid this season. We've been really strong, and there's no better way to end it than to putting ourselves in the semi-finals and later in the final. There's Lamine Yamal, who is excited for a possible comeback from Barcelona, but we are not going to allow it.